This video is sponsored by Yahaha. Yahaha is a brand new user-generated content creation platform for 3D multiplayer interactive experience. With Yahaha, anyone can create and publish their virtual experiences. You can build a creation without coding experience or server knowledge. Simply use the components and smart assets in Yahaha Studio to make your dream games. Yahaha provides you with millions of ready-to-use 3D assets. The assets are stored on a cloud drive so they can be real-time streamed to the local client when you need to use them. When your work is done, you can easily publish your creation on the Yahaha cross-platform app, which is on mobile and PC, where other players can discover your work and join the play. If you're interested in trying this out, click the link below to join Yahaha's early access now for free. So, for today's video, I will be interviewing Peanut, who is one of the best, if not the best, Little Mac player in the world. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments who you would like to see me interview next. But yeah, let's get into the video. Yo, how's it going, guys? For today, I have with me Peanut, who is the best Little Mac in the world. I don't even think it's a question at this point, because you're just nuts with the character. Yeah, so I guess my first question is, I remember hearing about you during like the Wi-Fi era. So I was wondering, did you compete before that, or did you just start during the online era?
I started during Wi-Fi. I didn't play competitive or anything before that point. I just learned about it right before quarantine hit. I was gonna try to go to Pound 2019 as my first offline event, and then it got canceled, so I just couldn't go to it. And people were like, just do Wi-Fi events. I'm like, okay. And then I did. And I sucked at first, but then I started getting better the more I played, as most people do.
Okay. Also, I guess I just want to correct you, because I'm pretty sure you mean Pound 2020.
2020, sorry.
Yeah,
right, 2020.
Yeah,
my fault.
Yeah, it's my 2019 definitely happened.
Yeah.
Did you play like Smash at all before that, or like did you learn about competitive Smash around that time?
The only times I had played Smash before that was at school, like in class with Joy-Cons, or like single Joy-Con, just with like other people's Switches, and that was it for the most part.
Okay, wait, so is Ultimate like your first Smash game?
Yeah. I haven't played any other fighting games aside from this one. I grew up with FPS games like COD and Halo and Counter-Strike.
Okay, interesting. I guess, okay, like what got you into Smash then? Because it sounds like a pretty big change to go from first-person shooters to fighting games.
I got a Switch for Christmas in 2019. And the only game we had for it was Smash. I was like, oh, I've played this at school, and then I just kept playing it, and then like I started liking it, and then I started looking up videos of like esports stuff, and I'd been interested in esports because of the FPS stuff, because games like Counter-Strike and the esports scene are huge, at least compared to Smash, are like really big. Those have teams and stuff, and I was like, I think I could be good enough for it, maybe, but I don't like the idea of being on a team. But then I saw fighting games, you do it alone, and I'm like, oh, it seems pretty good. Like just doing it myself would be really fun. I don't have to rely on other people, and other people don't have to rely on me. I just like doing it on my own. Okay.
I definitely feel that, because I would rather just like rely on myself when it comes to competing. Like,
yeah, and that way there's also like, I don't have anyone else to blame if I do lose. Like maybe controller stuff or something, or like if you have Procon, I guess like sometimes the wireless thing doesn't work, but I don't have that excuse. Yeah. So like 99% of the time I can only blame myself.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think it's good to like have it to where the only person whose finger you can point and blame at is yourself.
But then that also means like on the other side, it's like every accomplishment you have is like, oh damn, it's like all me.
yeah, no, exactly.
Damn, I did that.
Okay, so speaking of accomplishments, you became the best Little Mac player. Why did you made Little Mac of all the characters? Because like especially hearing you talk about it now, because you talked about like esports stuff and like do big esports things, and I feel like competitively Little Mac is not esports. It's not esports.
It's not the game. Yeah. So when I first got the Switch and I first unlocked all the characters, I looked at the whole roster, because this is the point to where I'm like, okay, I need to commit to like a character now, because I have everybody. And I instantly recognized everyone on the roster. Like everyone knows Mario, everyone knows Sonic. Like I knew Earthbound, Duck Hunt. I even knew Olimar somehow, etc. But then I saw Mac, and I'm like, I didn't know where he originated from or what game he was from or anything. Like, and looking at the roster, he just looked the weakest. Like he was just a dude, and like everyone else has some kind of power. Like Palutena is a literal goddess and stuff like that. So it did pique my interest, and then I played around with him, and he felt more simplistic or like beginner friendly compared to other characters. I'm like, okay, I'll try this one first, and then I just got addicted and kept playing it. I also thought armor was stupid broken, and I still think it's stupid broken.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
But I didn't know he was bad. I didn't know he was a bad character. This is before I got in the community at all or anything. So I didn't know he was bad when I picked him up, but it was too late. I committed.
Oh, okay. I mean, you did commit, but you can literally stop playing him and play another character.
I could. I think it has meaning now, though. I also just like doing it. I think it's funny.
I mean, it's definitely funny.
Yeah, but I also think it just like complements my play style and reaction time, because FPS games is like giving me that, and sports too. I played sports before, so like combine that, like combine sports and FPS games, and then really fast reaction times and like game sense stuff. And I feel like Mac is definitely one of those characters where if you're like quick on your feet and you can recognize situations or put like your opponent in situations you want, as long as you know what you want, like you're fine. But it's really fast. You gotta think really quick. It's a lot of discipline too.
Everything you've mentioned about being reactionary and stuff, I feel like that's very, very fitting for playing Fox. So why not play Fox, or just pick up a secondary that can complement the way you play that's higher on the tier list?
Yeah, I've been told just pick up Roy, just pick up Ken, whatever. I'm not like against that. And I've been thinking about just down the line, like Mac is not going to be solo viable, so I probably should. But for right now, I don't think I've hit my Mac peak yet. Like there's so many more things I keep seeing myself doing wrong in hindsight, and so many more things I could still learn about matchups where Mac could definitely still do well. I just haven't been able to apply that yet. Like when I fought Sen's Plant at Rise and Grind, it was in a, like, it was still a side bracket, but it still like he farmed me low-key. Like his plant farmed me, and I was like, it's not normal. And it's just, and then like the next day I almost beat Leo, so it doesn't make any sense. Like there's so many things I could still learn, like matchups wise and playstyle wise, and then there's other things I have down already. So like I gotta mix match a lot of stuff. Like it's really, it's not stressful, it's just really interesting. Like it weighs on my mind a lot, but there's so many more things I want to do first before I consider picking up other characters. But I know I have to down the line, because solo viable with Mac is not an option.
I guess it sounds like you feel like before you pick up another character, you want to like get Mac to the highest level he can be at, and you just don't think you're there yet.
Yeah, like a lot of people keep telling me like you're the best one. I'm like, cool, but that's like, it doesn't mean I'm as far as I want to be at. And there's still so many things I can learn from the other Mac players that have more experience than I do and have been around longer than I have, and have better like game insight on matchups that I don't really have access to. Because in region, like I only have access to 5 matchups on consistent high enough level to actually like apply it to majors. And then the rest of the matchups I can only learn at majors.
Yeah,
I can't get it in region, so it's, and I only, like, majors don't come that often. Like recently they have been, but I can't go to all of them because it's super expensive.
My question is, what about Wi-Fi? I feel like you are a heavy Wi-Fi user, and I feel like you can also learn a lot of matchups online.
If you're if this is quarantine, yeah, but after playing offline and being able to actually finally like apply my really good reaction time that I knew I had during quarantine and wasn't able to really do anything with, going back is just painful, because Wi-Fi gives me bad habits. It makes me swing early, and it messes up my timings for when I react with tilts and stuff. Because then when I try to apply that offline, like while I'm transitioning, like if I try to anti-air with Mac up tilt or something, I'll do it early. Or if I try to do a smash attack, I'll do it early, and then I end up just missing, and then I get punished for it. And I'm like I can still learn stuff about matchups online, which is why I still occasionally will go back to it. Like matchups I can't get in practice or experience in region, like Peach, I guess, for example, is something I still need to learn. And I can learn that through Wi-Fi, but there are certain characters on Wi-Fi, like Samus or something, or Snake, like zoners especially, it's just like I'm not learning anything because I can't apply anything, because I can't react to anything. Mac is also really good on Wi-Fi. I didn't realize that until I fought other ones. And I was like, man, I can't tech for against this character.
I definitely agree with you. Playing online is sometimes its own game, and then you kind of pick up habits that you wouldn't have otherwise. Especially with zoners, because yeah, you're right. You have to be able to react that much sooner to get to zoner, and that's just not how it is offline. So I could
Wi-Fi
totally get
heavies
that.
too are also crazy because like the trade-off is like they hit hard, but their size is heavier, so their air dodges suck, so they're super easy to like hit. They're combo food and everything, but because Wi-Fi has that delay, they hit hard and you can't do anything about it. It's just like it's because it's that much harder to whip punish them and react to their landing aerials and stuff. It's just like it's super hard. It's also super tilting and obnoxious too.
Yeah.
So it gets in the mental.
Yeah, if we're talking about whether like the trade-off between playing offline and online, I can totally understand why you don't want to do online that much. It's just it's not enjoyable to some extent. I have a question, and it's like regarding your tag. Is your tag peanut because of the mat color you use?
No, actually, the reason I use that mat alt is because it looks the closest to a peanut, but that's not why I made my tag peanut. I got it in high school. My friends gave it to me because there were a bunch of people in my grade that had the same name as me. So if you were to call my name in a group and there are multiple people with my name, like we'd all turn our heads and then we have no idea who they're trying to get the attention of, who they're trying to talk to. So I go into school one day and then they just start calling me Peanut, like without no context, like no anything, no warning. And I'm like eventually I'm like, what is this? And they're like, we're calling you this because you share the same name as like 5 other people. And I'm like, okay. And then it just kept going from there because I was like really short, really tan kid at that time. Like I didn't hit puberty yet. I was like 14 or something. And then that just has stuck up until now. So when I was thinking of a tag, I was like, I should just make it Peanut because my friends will know who I am, right? But people on the internet, people I haven't met yet, like they won't know my real name. Like I have that anonymous stuff, but like my friends will know who I am.
That's really cool. I actually really like that. It's a cool tag. You know, it's nice and simple. Has a the backstory is cool too. Like that's actually really funny.
And my friends still call me that too. And in school they did. Also, like a few of my teachers did. I was just like, I gotta keep it going. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cool. You and Peanut, like. That's gotta be like super annoying because like if you guys are both at the same event.
Before I was known during quarantine when I was still like getting good and stuff, a bunch of people confused me for Peanut when people were like when I was brought up in conversation they're like, Peanut, you mean like the Mega Man? But now it's like Peanut the little
yeah.
It's like, and I feel bad because Peanut's definitely been here longer than I have, and he has better results, right? He has all this stuff. And I think Peanut made a tweet about it too. He's like, they thought it was Peanut and it was like the funny picture of like women in his Discord DMs or something. It's like,
yeah, I saw that.
But it's not annoying. I just think it's really funny. And when we fought at MomoCon, I was like, this was destined to happen. This is like the winner gets to keep their tag or something really funny like that. But yeah, I think it's just really funny, and we've joked about it before, Peanut.
Okay.
I think it's just a really good talking point.
Yeah, I mean, definitely is. I'm actually curious why his tag is Peanut, by the way, because
yeah,
why is it not Peanut?
He copied me before he even got here.
Yeah. Okay, Mac question. What would be the one buff you would give Little Mac that you think would make him like a solo viable character?
I could just say something really like broken and just say make KO punch frame 1 or something, but like if I want to be realistic, probably just make his up B snap to ledge and give him like his side B back after getting hit out of it. Also, I don't know why they don't have that in already, because like a character like Terry gets breathed on and he gets all of his stuff back, right? But then you have Mac and it's like he uses his side B, he doesn't get it back, and then his up B doesn't snap to ledge, so you have to space it perfectly every single time. It's super annoying. But if I wanted to get broken, I would just say like make F smash have super armor like the whole way through and make it frame 1, or give him like tough guy of a threshold of 20% in just passively. I could just say stupid stuff like that, but realistically just the side B and the up B thing.
Okay, I'm confused why they did that too, especially since in the trailer for Ultimate they showed Little Mac doing the side B up B, so everyone's like, oh man, like Mac's recovery is gonna be so good now. But yeah, it's actually, I feel like it's worse than it was in 4.
I kind of like it the way it is now, because in 4, when I didn't play 4, but from gameplay I saw, his side B sent him into tumble like immediately, so you couldn't act out of it and use your jump after. So you had to burn your jump first if you were recovering from a distance, but that also meant that his recovery was like super like predictable because he had to jump side B. So if you if you have a projectile, you just wait for him to jump, and then you breathe on him with a projectile or any move really, and then he only has side B left, but his side B sits in the tumble, so it doesn't matter. It's like you just touch him, it sucks. But in ultimate, at least like if you can hit out of side B, like at least you still have you could maybe make it if you still have your jump left.
Yeah, no, you actually have a point. I don't know why I said that. I'm definitely tripping. I remember there was a patch update for, I don't remember the exact one, but there was a patch update where they buffed Lil Mac's jab, and then like after they removed it,
Yeah.
like how big of a change do you think that was for him?
God, I wish I was playing when that was happening.
I didn't like.
Because I saw gameplay of it, and it was just like jab confirmed into itself, it confirmed into side B, it confirmed into dash attack. That's crazy. It just you confirmed into a ton of stuff, and you had a bunch of like early percent follow-ups, and then they just took it out, and it's like, oh, he still sucks. It's awesome. I don't even know how they accidentally give that to him in the first place. I think Wii Fit had something like that at one point, like shadow, like Wii Fit got a shadow buff, and then they just took it out. Like I don't know how you accidentally add something like that, but I wish it stayed that way. If it stayed that way, like I would have like at 0%, I would just be farming jab, like just fishing for jab, just so I could get a free like 30 or 40%. God, I want it back. I want to use it so bad. I'm so mad I didn't get to use it.
Yeah, I totally forgot. You literally just said you like starting the Wi-Fi era, so. How did you feel about Ultimate, like in the beginning? Because again, you're only playing online, so how did you feel? Did you just feel like that was how the game was, or did you play offline at all?
Since Wi-Fi was what I started with, like in my eyes, like that's just what the game was until offline eventually finally came back. Like, but during quarantine era, since that's like what I started with and all I had played, like that's just what the game was for me. So learning everything from scratch on Wi-Fi, like in my head I was just like, okay, like swinging slightly early is just what I'm supposed to do, and obviously it's not like what I think right now, but like when I was going up the ranks, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to swing early, like they can't whiff punish this, cover multiple options, I can't react to this.
Okay, you kind of touched on it before, and I'm sorry if this brings back painful memories, but so you're set with MKLeo. I guess what was your mindset going into it, and then what did you think after playing him?
Going into it, I thought he doesn't know the matchup, and after playing him, I thought he still doesn't know the matchup. So, but like I was calm the entire way through. Like I don't really get nervous in bracket anymore, and I don't really get nerves, which I'm really fortunate. I just don't get nervous. But when I played Leo, the most focused I think I've ever been in my entire life, or most like zoned in, and that's what I've noticed. Like I can only get that kind of focus at majors. Like I can't do that kind of focus at locals. So I was really excited to fight Leo because I knew that like I'm gonna be playing out of my mind, because that's just how I am when I'm fighting like important people I could get important wins on. He farmed me game one. I only did 60% game one on PS2. I got farmed. I was super demoralized. I wasn't surprised. I was just like, yeah, best player in the world, makes sense, whatever. But I also knew like, okay, I'm just never going PS2 against Pyrometric ever again. You just camped the platform, and Mac can't full hop on those platforms, so he can't contest it at all. It sucks. But then we went hollow game 2, and that stealing super short, and I can full hop on that platform. So I killed him with up tilt up B at like 80 twice. I 2-stocked him game 2 also. Game 3, I think it was like I whipped KO punch on the last stock, and I was just like, I just got impatient. I only have myself to blame for that one. My takeaway from it was like, I did good. I could have played better. I think we both could have played better, but I definitely could have played better. But I feel like if I won, like, cool, I would have beaten him, but I don't think I would have like looked at my mistakes as much, because I would have been too focused on like, I beat MKLeo. But because I lost to him, and because I lost such an important win, like I wasn't sad. I was just like, okay, what could I have done better? Most sets, including this one, like I know instantly what I could have done better. Like I got impatient. I wasn't like spacing stuff as well as I should have, and Leo is spot dodging a lot, and I just like didn't pick up on it for some reason, mostly because most people don't spot dodge that much against me. They'll usually try to evade like KO punches differently, but he would like wait for me to run up and then spot dodge the same way Steve's would when I'm at 0, so they could do spot dodge grab or spot dodge up tilt. But I wasn't expecting him to do that, so that's my own fault. But like there were a bunch of habits that I had and he had that like I should have picked up on and adapted to in the set, but I just didn't, probably because I was just too tunnel visioned on fishing for different combos or confirms or trying to put them in different situations, but it's just my own fault. But that's just part of learning. That's just how I've been improving so much. It's just like keep like questioning, like in my head, like putting myself in different situations. I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do once I end up in this situation. So now I know what to do if those situations come back up against different players, or if I fight Leo again. It's just like if they spot dodge, I'll run up and wait like half a second and then press a button instead of instantly run up and then press a button. It's a lot to think about, but it's just, again, it's just that's just the learning process. Like I think I could beat him if I get a run back eventually, but I gotta get to that run back part first. So I gotta prove I could fight him again, but that takes time.
Yeah. There's something that I feel like a lot of people, at least when they're talking about like beating people, that they kind of, I feel like they get wrong, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't beat this person, or I can't do this, and it's not that you can't do it, it's just like you have it. Like that's the exactly. Important thing. Yeah,
right. Yeah, there's so many people I see in the community that are like, I wouldn't be able to beat this person if I played them, and I'm like, I used to think like that, so like I can't play them. But at CEO 2021, I played Fatality in bracket and pools. He also beat me 2-1, but like I realized after playing him that even top players are like just as human and make just as many mistakes as like every other player, including me. Does he air dodge out of hit stun every single time? It was like I would just down tilt him, he would just air dodge away, and I'm like, what are you doing? But like it should be like everybody has habits. There's something you can take advantage of for everybody. Even Leo had habits that I took advantage of. So if you could just like focus on the right stuff and put your time in the right places, which is hypocritical for me to say because I play Mac, then you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, it's true. It doesn't matter what character you play. Everyone has habits. Everyone's human, right? Like
yeah, exactly. Like everybody has habits, and different people will have different habits, but as long as you just practice against different people who have different habits, different matchups, and different characters will have different habits. Also, like depending on who they play, like Bayonetta players will air dodge out of hit stun a lot because of their frame 1 air dodge, right? So like I'll down tilt and then just do nothing, and I'll wait for air dodge, and I'll be like, cool, they like to air dodge away, like they'll directional air dodge out of down tilts or hit stun, so I'll just do that. I'll just down tilt them again, and then I'll preemptively dash forward, or I'll react to their air dodge away, and then I'll just punish that. So.
Do you feel like because you play Mac, who he has some options, but a lot of them are limited, do you feel like that forces you to look more at your opponent's habits and just, I guess, create a flowchart based off of that?
Yeah, I think I have to get really creative. There's some situations I have made up like on the fly in bracket before. Like I think against Budace at SmashCon, I think game 1 on his last stock, I had done a few things I like had never done in my entire life, and it worked every time because I had like mix and matched multiple things I had learned into like one sequence, which always feels really good to like pull off in context.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think playing Mac has, the thing with Mac is every time you get hit by Mac, it's like you feel like it's your fault, because it just is. Like you shouldn't be getting hit by Mac, but like Mac hits you, and then he has to read the room, or he has to read the situation like almost perfectly. He has to play so well to win his games. Like I don't want to say he works harder, because that's just like not really true, like because you have to know what you're doing. Every character has to know what they're doing. Like Steve is really good, right? To be good with a character like Steve, you have to know how to do NILs, you have to know how to do like the down throw combos and stuff, right? And it's your fault for getting grabbed in the first place. Like just learn the matchup, it's not that bad, I promise. There's so many Macs that I don't see use the bread and butter combos, like up tilt up B, down tilt side B, like correctly or at all. It makes me really mad, because those are really good damage. It's so easy to do, and they just neglect it and they go for harder options. Just go for bread and butters more, or force people into tech chases more, or put people on platform tech chases more, because up to left people cover all the platforms. Like it's a lot to think about, but it's also not a lot to think about at the same time. Like once you realize what you should be going for, then it just becomes muscle memory at that point.
I agree. I mean, if you're playing a character, that should just be common sense. Like you should know their basic bread and butters, like their kill setups, stuff like that. That shouldn't be something that you figure out like way later down the line. That should be like a week 1 type of thing to do.
And I see so many people going for instead of up tilt up B, they'll go for like up tilt, like rising there to like falling upper. I'm like, you don't really need to do that. Just go for the guaranteed stuff, and then just go for that stuff when you're up like 3 stocks to 1 or something like that. Don't do it when you're down, like because I see so much back tech that like people try to apply, and it feels like desperation. You could just go for the normal stuff. It's like I don't know. The bread and butter stuff is just easier. The confirms are just easier. The confirms because they're guaranteed instead of you having to go for these weird 50-50s a lot. Like I only go for those 50-50s when I have the read because of their habits, but like so many other players just throw it out. And like there are players like Tara Katori from Japan, super good by the way. Like he'll just double jump forward air, and I'm like, but it works. And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, like so like that's something I'm trying to apply myself. Like I'll do dash attack and it's at the perfect angle for me to like double jump forward air, and they'll be thrown off like, why did you just forward air me? Like I'll do that. I've been doing that against Crom a lot because his recovery's garbage and stuff. And then especially in the corner, if I hit him with the forward air, he has to go to ledge or he has to go high. But if he goes high, then I just catch his landing. But so many Macs just throw stuff out, but like certain Mac players just know when to do it, and that's something I'm trying to apply myself. A lot of Macs overextend. Stop doing it. Go for bread and butters. That's what I'm trying to say. Bread and butters are crazy. Confirms are easy.
You sound like you're a very formulaic player. So what I mean by that is like at this percent, like I do this like every time, and then at that percent I do this every time, and then once they're at this percent, this is when I go for the kill or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't lab often, if at all. It's just those are the things I've just learned from playing the game against a lot of people. Like I didn't know that down tilt F tilt at 0 wouldn't work against someone like Fox because he's a fast fall, he can just double jump out and he has like a quick air dodge. But someone like Bowser that's a frame 4 and is really fat, down tilt F tilt is true on him because of his frame 4. So like I didn't learn these things until I just kept playing against a bunch of people, and I also didn't have access to a modded Switch, so I couldn't get the training mod pack or anything, so I just had to rely on whatever experience I had. So especially with that up tilt buff when Sora came out, I started playing more, and I'm like, okay, what does up tilt like work with now? And then up tilt started confirming it to side B, which is great. He needs that. I started confirming in KO punch. That's great. He needs that. A lot of confirms and stuff, but if you play enough, or I guess like other players, if they don't want to play, if they think they could lab instead, go for it. Like if you want to lab it, there's a ton of like confirms and stuff, but it depends on percents and characters. Like Bayonetta frame 1 air dodge is broken. Down tilt side B most of the time just won't work on her, which makes me really mad. And like PT frame 1 switch, so annoying. Like and you play Falco, right? Like there's some times where you'll just do like up tilt back air or something, and PT just switches. It's like,
yeah.
Great.
I mean, if that happens, I just do another backer though.
I don't have that luxury. I gotta swing when I'm confident in it, but sometimes you switch. Like even if you're confident, sometimes it'll just miss. It's just how the game is, and then you get whip punished. And side B is that move that end lag on it's atrocious. It's so bad. All
right, Peanut, you gotta make me a promise. I like this interview, but you gotta make me a promise. At the end of the year, you gotta play a top tier, bro. What are you doing, man?
I've been thinking about like Roy, Fox, like Wolf or something. Especially the more I play Pink Fresh, especially the more I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I don't think I've beaten his min yet. It's been like a year now of me playing offline and me just going to locals and just losing to Pink Fresh every time. I think I have like a 0 and like 12 or 0 and 15 record on Pink Fresh. It's really depressing and sad.
Bro, you're playing like, Mash versus Min. Of course you're losing.
I know, yeah. We've been talking about it to each other more recently, and he's just like, I don't like fighting you because it's just sad. Like I can't disagree. Like I just get really depressed every time I see him in my bracket path to locals. I'm like, great, this is awesome. Like I feel like I'm gonna beat him at least once, right? But like it's not gonna feel good. I'm gonna be like, it took me like 20 losses to get to this point, and I'm just gonna lose 20 more times again. So I've been contemplating maybe just picking up Puff for Min specifically. I'm like, if I'm that down bad to just beat Min. Specifically.
I mean, I feel like if you're going down that path, just pick up like I honestly think the way you talk and stuff, you would have a sick Fox.
Fox looks the way like Light plays is like that's what I want. Right, like, and I think I could do it, but I would have to like learn a lot first, right? Because Fox's movement is going to be completely different from Max. He's going to be a faster faller. He's going to be lighter. His double jump's going to be different, and I have to learn how to play the game in the air. That's something like I'm missing that entire part of the game, right? Like I've only been playing Mac for the most part up until this point, so I have to learn how to actually juggle. I have to learn how to bait with aerials. I have to learn how to tomahawk, right? I don't have that in my muscle memory game plan because I'm not playing. Arguably, I'm not playing Smash.
You're playing half the game.
I'm playing half the game, but I play it well.
Yeah. All right. All I'm saying is end of the year. End of the year.
And yeah, 2023, the Peanut Fox will be in the works. I'll put work into it. I'll pull it out at locals, so we'll see how it does.
All right, you promise?
I promise. I'll try to pick up the Fox. I'll because there's CD, right? We have CD, so I can ask him for stuff. We also have Moko, who's been doing pretty good, and I think he'll be a Riptide this weekend. I really hope he does well. He's so good. He's so good. He just holds forward a little bit too much sometimes, but he's so good.
All right, man. All I'm saying is there's video proof. So like,
yeah, you're gonna like New Year's 2023. You're gonna like at me on Twitter, just post that clip of like the Peanut Fox, and now I'm like, oh, I have to do it.
Absolutely.
It's in the public now.
Yeah, no, it really is. This is literally going on YouTube. So
YouTube comments are gonna be like Peanut Fox.
Yeah, YouTube comments. Just comment Peanut Fox. I just want to see like a whole column of Peanut Fox. All right, I think that's it. Unless there's anything you want to add or say.
Imagine if I qualify for the Flash S qualifier for that Ludwig Invitational. It'd be kind of crazy. That's all I've been thinking about for the past, I've been taking a break for like 2 weeks now. I think I'll take another week break and then I'll come back, because playing for this long and like no break is, you do anything for long enough and you get tired.
Yeah. So you're going to Vegas?
Yeah. I mean, I can't like, I wanna sit down at a poker table so bad, but I don't think I legally can yet.
I mean, you're like 20. Are you like 12? I was gonna say 12, but okay, yeah, 20.
Oh yeah. A little bit of a baby face, but yeah.
Yeah, you definitely can.
But I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Which is it's gonna be fun. My first time there, but like only need to make top 8 of 64. It's obviously harder than it sounds, but like I've done harder, right?
Yeah. Well, good luck, man.
How funny would it be? I just want people to like be like, what the f? That's all I want.
Yeah, so where can the people follow you?
At peanut_SSBU on Twitch, Instagram. I barely use that. Twitter, I use that a little bit too much. YouTube. That's kind of it right now. I'm gonna have to make a TikTok at some point. I don't want to, but I think I have to.
It's the
Future
meta.
at peanut_SSBU. Future.
Yeah, it's the meta.
It's the meta.
I definitely gotta say, I've never seen someone so hyped to get like their socials plugged.
Yes, social sellout. I love money. Yes.
All right, man. Well, it has been fun. Thank you so much for the interview.